O'clock sunrise. Could do with that a bit more often, couldn't we? Someone's happy to see us. Yes, somebody's happy to see us this morning. Well, good morning and welcome to Amsterdam. We're on the continent. It's taken us quite a bit of time getting off the van. Off the boat. Seems quite a lot of stringent checks and whatever, as you would probably expect. We've got a route that'll take us down into the French border for this evening. We've got a couple of places to stop on the way down, so we'll get a bit of footage on the way down, and then we'll meet you at our first stop, which is a place called Dinant, or Dinant, or
Dinant.
Dinant.
Silent T at the end, guys.
French teacher, you see, could be useful. This is nice. Welcome to Dinant. Dinant! Oh, looks lovely along here. Well, you can see it's the blue hour. We've just arrived. We need to get the dogs out and get them walked and have a scoot about. Welcome to Dinant. You can see a lovely river behind me and some nice buildings, and you can see it's the blue hour. We missed sunset. Fortunately, we didn't miss too much. There was a bit of colour, as you saw on the way down, but not too bad. So we're just going to take the dogs out for a walk. Yeah, the main reason we're here is to photograph a very prominent church next to this bridge you can see behind me. So yeah, we're going to have a walk down and see what that looks like. So this is the main church we've come to photograph, reflected in the river hopefully. Just need to head over this bridge. It's wonderful this, you've got all these saxophones. This one's got Lithuania written on it. Beautiful. Look at down the river, the blue hour now. Look how blue that is. Beautiful. The church is gorgeous. Of course, we're thinking light trails, as we always do in the cities. I'm going to try and get a shot incorporating these saxophones if I can, because they're quite unique. I've never seen anything like this. Just in case I forget where we were. Dinant. These reflections here is absolutely perfectly still. It's just beautiful. Oh, just look at that. And the church. These reflections. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful blue hour shot this. Love it. Maybe something like this. Maybe with a light trail. Quite nice. Right, we've just dropped the dogs off now and given them some tea so they can we can concentrate and they can have a nice relax in the van. When you walk along the river here, there's some beautiful buildings reflected in the river. Just let me show you this one here. I love the house on the river that's not lit up, and then you've got the one in the background that is lit up. Nice reflections in the water. So yeah, I think I'll try and capture this and see what it looks like. I think it could be quite nice. And then we're going to go down and try and get the light trail on the bridge, which I looked at earlier. day 2. We were up early this morning in Dunor. We've had a bit of a scoot round, but to be honest, the sky is flat as anything. There's no colour or anything, so we didn't bother coming to you this morning to show you anything because there's been nothing to show you. So we decided to set off to our next destination, which is Metz, which is in France. Is it? Oui. Just across the Luxembourg border, I think, into France. So I'm going to head down there. Beautiful city, Metz. Looks it anywhere in the pictures. So if we see anything on the way, we'll give you a shout. But for now, a little bit of B-roll, as we call it, to a bit of music on the way down there. Welcome to downtown Luxembourg City. Very futuristic looking. Never been here before. This could be quite interesting. Get down in the town, see what it looks like. Looks very picturesque in the images that we've seen. This is quite a nice shot here with these two trees, sort of bookending. Nice autumn colours, and the sky's a bit dark and moody. Nice building in the distance. Like I said earlier, it's not brilliant conditions by any stretch of the imagination, but you've got to go with what you can get. So I might just capture this as a bit of a record shot and we'll move on. Well, as you can see, it started raining, but we've come to the architectural district, maybe the banking district, I'm not sure. A few museums, but the shapes of the buildings here are lovely for long exposure architecture photography, and there is quite a few places we could take shelter and probably get some shots. So we're going to go back and have some lunch, see if the rain stops. It's great reflections off the slate paving here. It's absolutely wonderful. So we're going to go and have a cup of tea, get a sandwich, see if it stops raining. But even if it isn't, we're going to come back because there are some places to get shelter. I think we can get some half decent long exposure black and whites here. It's really nice. Okay, we put the dogs back in the van, fed them, and they're now having a sleep. So decided to come back and have a look at the industrial quarter, see what we can find. I'm a bit annoyed because I left my filters back in the van, which is annoying, but the sky's a bit flat anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I'll be able to work, it's all about shapes and textures, this for me. So we're just looking at a shot here, which is, it's going to be black and white. I've got that in my mind straight away. Got this railing leads into the shot, and then the shapes of the buildings. Really grey sky, but it's going to be quite a dramatic black and white. There's a lot of contrast in this scene, which you'll be able to work with in post-processing. And what you can also see is there's some reflections in the floor in front of us, which are quite nice. So they bring a bit of a leading line too. So yeah, it'll work quite nicely, this, I think, in black and white. Just shooting f/16. It's only about quarter of a second, something like that, ISO 50. Just really capturing the scene, and then going to do a lot of work with it in post-processing. Right, you can see it's a little bit later now, just coming into the blue hour, and just looking around, all the historic buildings seem to be lit up, which is really good. Should provide a really nice colour contrast. The sort of warm lights of the sodium lights against the blue sky always works quite well. See this building here? Yeah, it should be nice. So we'll have a scoot about. We'll have a quick pint first because we're quite thirsty, and then I'll come back to you once we've got something set up. Right, this is the Opera House. Looks absolutely wonderful with this blue sky, the blue hour and the tower behind it. Just very symmetrical building, looks really nice. So we've got this set up here. You can see how blue it looks on the back of the screen here. It's yeah, it's very nice. Just shooting it across this road. Obviously not going to include the road, but yeah, a real nice start for 10. So I really like this. Grab this one and we'll move on. This is another quite a nice vantage point with this little weir acting as a leading line into the scene. You've got some nice reflections, the lovely warmth of the lights of the cathedral, and then the blue sky behind it. Yeah, it works really well, I think. Should be nice.